In today's video, we are going to bring together IFS Parts Mapping and intuitive drawing. And whether or not you already love art and drawing, this is a very effective way of unblending our most rational and analytical parts that sometimes have a hard time to relax into IFS and allow our curiosity to explore what is underneath. And even if drawing is something that makes you uncomfortable and maybe brings up a perfectionist part that is not so persuaded about your drawing skills, I would invite you to allow that part to come forward, to take this opportunity to actually draw it down on paper so that it has the space to be witnessed and to be seen for what it's actually trying to do for you. But let's get started. I'm really excited to be doing this with you and your parts, and I'm actually quite curious to see what is gonna come up for myself. In this exercise, you're not gonna need anything special, just a piece of paper and a pen. But of course, if you want to go fancy, feel free to do that. As you get a feeling for the space you're sitting in, just take a moment to take a deep breath in and out. And just really bring your attention inside. Maybe notice the firmness, the floor underneath your feet, earth supporting your weight, or whatever else allows you to be more present with yourself in your body in this moment. And as you do that, see if there's already a part that you know that you would like to bring your attention to, or whether you would like to allow your intuition and your hand to just freely feel into what wants to be brought to life on the paper. And you can bring your attention to a part that you already know and just feel into how this part would be like to be represented on paper. Or you can allow your felt sense to guide your hand in drawing whatever is present for you right now. And I will personally choose this way and allow my felt sense to guide what wants to appear on the paper. I see that the content of a recent session of mine wants to come to life onto this paper. There are several parts of me that want to get acknowledged again after the session, to be seen again in a different way, in a more visual way, in a more felt sense as I draw it on paper. And at the same time, there are little pieces and bits that did not have enough space during the session to come out, as it was quite intense. And so I will use this space now to expand a little bit more from what was present during the session to see what else actually might want to be seen or heard in relation to this. And I will first take the time to feel into each part. There are 4 parts here. This is my rational part. This is my voice in my throat. This is my heart, and this is my pelvis. So each one of these was present in my session, and it is present now in my body. So you might want to actually take a moment to notice how these parts that want to be represented on paper are actually feeling in your body, and add a somatic component to it to just really feel in which way they're present in your body. And as I do that, I see that my rational part really would like to point out that it's where my best ideas come from. It's where a lot of my creativity comes from as well, in the new ideas, new perspectives, new frameworks, new ways of seeing things, and new ways of approaching things. And it really wants to be acknowledged for that. It also wants to be acknowledged for everything that it has done for me over the years. It wants to be acknowledged for in a way, saving me, to bringing me through life, even though the body was completely disconnected. And it also wants me to see that in this session, I could actually appreciate the body and the disconnection that was here for a very long time. It's not there anymore. My voice, my throat, for the first time, connected to my head in a way that felt profound and meaningful, in a way that felt that everything inside is finally connected together and not fragmented anymore, and bringing to a very strong feeling of unity and harmony, a feeling in which I could actually feel home within myself. The heart would actually really like to point out how it's still beating strong, even though a lot of things happened and the heart has been shut down, the heart has been closed, the heart has been locked, the heart has been covered, protected in layers after layer after layer of protection, of dissociation, of whatever one can think imaginable. And my heart wants to show me that it's wide and that its ability to feel love, to spread love, is infinite. And my pelvis wants me to know that I don't always have to go look for love in my heart, because this is what is keeping it all together. And this, it's rooted into the earth also. Finding support, finding stability, finding nurturing, and finding strength. And these are the parts, the way that they want me to experience them in this drawing. And there is a lot that was not expressed during the session. And so I hope that you could also get to know whatever wanted to be represented on paper in a way that was valuable to you. And this is a very good time also, in case you are exploring a part you don't know, to ask that part questions, the IFS way. And if you don't know exactly what to ask, you will also find in the description a PDF where there is a curated list of powerful questions that you can ask your parts to get to know them better. But this is a very good space. This is a naturally unblending space in which this part or these parts of you are distant from you, but in a way that you can relate to them, can connect to them. You can even touch, you can see, you can feel. And as you get to know the part or the parts that are on paper, just take the time to notice the empty spaces. These empty spaces might just be okay the way that they are. There might be nothing there. Or there might be other parts that are a little bit shy. They're not sure yet whether they can come forward and share something with you. So take a moment to feel into the empty spaces and see if there are any other parts that would like to come forward. And I'm gonna do that as well. I can feel that my controlling part has witnessed all that happened in this session, and it is open to it, but it is also a little bit concerned. It's not so sure that all this connection and wishy-washy emotions are going to bring the system into a place of stability. It can see that this is one way of having stability that might work out, but it's not the whole way. And it is a bit curious about how it might work out, and it's gonna let it happen, but it's also watching, and it's gonna be ready to intervene if things don't go the way that they should. And I do feel a lot of gratitude for this part also. It's like a very long-lasting relationship, and it did create a lot of space in the last several years for the system to go into the direction that was right for it. And as I feel into the control, I can also feel the presence here of a field. It's like a field with a little rivulet. There's flowers. Yeah, in here my drawing skills can shine, so you can really see that you don't need to be good at drawing to do this. It's really just about finding a way for you to express things in a visual way that feels right to you. And I feel like there's a lot going on here. This is supposedly a picnic blanket with some food and drinks. And it's a place that feels safe. It feels that the sun is shining. It feels safe. And it feels like a lot of my young parts are playing on this field. They're playing with each other. They're feeling the warmth of the sun. They feel embraced and they feel safe. And as I keep my attention on the empty spaces, I notice that there is something here on the side. It feels a bit dark. It feels it has tentacles in a way. And it's not so sure about whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. So this is the moment in which I would ask questions to get to know this a little bit better. Because I honestly have no idea what this is about. I can just sense that there is fear. I can sense that there is doubt and uncertainty. And yet it's a kind of a respectful. It's keeping a distance. It doesn't want to ruin it in a way. And at the same time, it's not so sure about all of that. As you feel that the drawing came to an end, just take a moment to really step back and bring your gratitude to all the parts that actually came to life in this paper, and let you represent them, let you connect with them, let you understand them better and connect to them and get to know them better. Let me know in the comments how this exercise was for you, and if there's any part that would like to be witnessed in a wider sense, see if it would be okay to allow it to share in the comments as well.